What do we have for Taurus, please? The moon, Pisces energy at the foundation of the reading, Taurus. Taurus, as we're going into 2024, the divine is really starting to do some clearing inside your energy. You're being called to release and to finally come to terms with some of these relationships in your life that have truly been holding you back. It's as if you're starting to see how people have been trying to keep you in a box, trying to keep you small, and it's as if you're seeing it in a way that you've never seen it before. It's like all of a sudden you've had perspective over certain people in your life, and you're starting to really understand that these individuals quite possibly don't have your best interest in mind. It's as if you're looking around, Taurus, at your environment and thinking to yourself, God, can I trust anybody? And though that may be the case at this current moment, Taurus, what the divine is calling you to do is to make these changes in your life and start building some sort of new circles. I feel the Taurus collective wanting to really hit that next level in the game. You're definitely ready for it. But unfortunately, there's a lot of sacrifices that need to be made. You need to make sacrifices to make way for the new, period. There's no way around that, Taurus. You're being called to really let go of this excess baggage, because it's as if there's this anchoring sort of energy that's holding you down from being able to ascend and step into this new life cycle. But in saying this, Taurus, I really don't feel this is that far off. It's as if this is the last step in the game, Taurus. And it really is a perfect energy to be getting right at the end of the year, because this is the divine giving you that one last push to help you cross over the threshold into this new timeline. What do we have at the sacral, please? Perfect. Couldn't have asked for a better card to get. Death, Scorpio, Pluto energy at the sacral. So first off, Taurus, we have all water energy on the table. So there's definitely emotions attached to this, which is telling me this could be family dynamics. Okay, I'm hearing for some of you, this is even exes that you've been allowing to linger around inside your energy for far too long, quite possibly just keeping people on the back burner or vice versa. This has got to go. Okay, you really don't know how much these individuals are holding you back in your life until you release them. It's as if they're taking up space inside your auric field, not allowing the people that you're supposed to be coming in to alignment with to come into your life. It's like the divine is holding them back because you all are still holding on to toxic people inside your energy, people that are kind of placeholders in your life. And look, a lot of us have been guilty of this at some point in our life, allowing people to just loiter around inside our energy. But there's a major transformation here, Taurus. And everything I said before this death card came out was leading up to this death card. There's a complete rebirthing that's taking place inside the Taurus collective. But there's this old, stubborn, worn out energy that's got to go, Taurus. And you being a fixed sign, you don't like change, but when you do make change, it's monumental. The changes that are taking place in your life, Taurus, are unlike any changes you've ever made before. These are the changes that align with your dreams, the visions you have for yourself. It's also very important to set your intentions, especially right now because we have a new moon, so it's the perfect time for it, Taurus. And Taurus, you all are being called to really start taking on a different perspective when it comes to your calling, what you came here to do. You're being asked to have a lot more faith. You're being called to nurture a stronger relationship with God, Spirit, the divine, universe, whatever resonates with you. This is incredibly important right now because I feel the next evolution for you, Taurus, is a more spiritually aligned one. I feel that God is going to be in everything you do. Every decision you make, every step you take will have God in the wiring, is what I'm hearing. Taurus, before the reading as well, I got a download that some of you may feel a presence around you at the moment. There's a lot of ancestors and spirit guides that are preparing you for this elevation. You could be alone and getting dressed, right? And feel the need to cover yourself up, not knowing why. This is because there's a presence around you and you can actually feel it. The divine wants you to really hit the ground running, Taurus, when we step into 2024. It's your year. It's time for you to get all these visions, all these ideas, all these dreams off the ground. The divine is supporting you. And if you've been doing the work, there's absolutely no reason why you can't pull this off. But given the fact you have free will, it's up to you to get up every day with the motivation to get the ball rolling. There's no dream too big, Taurus. If you can think it, you can achieve it. This needs to become your motto for 2024. This phrase encapsulates the beliefs and the ideas that you need to help guide you to pull off whatever this is you're trying to manifest into your life, Taurus. What do we have at the solar plexus? Wow. The Tower, Aries energy at the solar plexus. Further reiterating everything I'm saying, there's this destruction being brought to your current reality, right? When I look at the Tower, I see different things all the time, but what I see right now is a tower that's breaking through the foundation, through the bedrock, and it's elevating, right? And these people are being thrown out. Now, this to me is indicating this fixed energy that's been living inside the bedrock for a very long time, but now it's breaking free. It's like this tower is taking off like a rocket. Lightning from the divine coming down and powering you up. And these individuals can be representative of energies that may have been holding you back, whether it's your own limiting beliefs or individuals in your life. It could even be behavioral patterns. For some of you, it's going to be a combination of things. But whatever the case, Taurus, this destruction, this upheaval, this complete ruin needs to happen. It needs to be sacrificed to make way for the new. And see right here, with the Death card, it's like the horse is galloping across what looks like the individuals that were thrown from the tower. It's like the divine is coming through and slaughtering everything from your life that doesn't serve your highest good. Person, place, people, thing, behavioral pattern, mindset, limiting belief. But the thing about the Tower, Taurus, it's sudden, it's forceful. It's like the red button in the Oval Office. Some of you feel this coming, and in your mind you're thinking, oh, last minute, you may change your mind. You'll see how it goes, right? But once you've called on this Tower energy in your life, Taurus, which all of you have, you've been asking for this, you can't send the Tower back, okay? Yes, you have free will. However, it's like placing an order for something that can't be returned, okay? Sure, you can reject it when it shows up, but when it comes to this Tower, that's the last thing you want to reject, because it will end up coming down on you, and that's what you don't want. This is the hardest part of the transformation, Taurus, and you're not going to see it coming. But if you prepare now, you'll be on the right side of it. Moon, Death card, Tower. This is a very powerful energy, Taurus. This is like somebody who's been hand-chosen by God himself to be on the front lines. But I'm sensing some reluctancy from you, Taurus, and this is a natural feeling to have, especially for the Taurus collective, because I feel like this is something that's been thought about for a very long time. So it's almost like when it shows up, it's shocking, like, is this actually happening now? You get so used to something not happening, when it does happen, you start to feel scared. But what I'm also seeing here, Taurus, is that you really don't have anything to worry about. You're in control of this situation. This is all meant to happen. And the reluctancy that I am picking up from you, it's a natural feeling to have for such a monumental change in your life, especially in the 11th hour. But if you just get out of the way, Taurus, allow the divine to do the heavy lifting in your life and just jump on for the ride, the hardest part will be over in an instant. This is the first step, and every step that follows after this becomes easier and easier. What do we have at the heart, please? 10 of Wands, Sag energy at the heart. Allow the divine to do all the heavy lifting for you. But then here you are thinking you need to do all the heavy lifting. Unbelievable, we just got this card. You see, Taurus, ascension, spiritual transformation can be very, very uncomfortable. actually quite violent. It's not a peaceful process. The Death card is an energy of rebirth. So you're essentially being birthed again. And birth, in and of itself, is a very violent process. But the divine is asking you to lay down your burdens, Taurus. Let go of everything that is not serving your highest good and leave it in God's capable hands. You know, from my point of view, this energy that I'm looking at here is an energy of freedom, because I'm seeing the transformation happen inside the Taurus collective from outside the fishbowl. So the best thing you can do, Taurus, in regards to this energy and this transformation is just take a deep breath, relax, put together your game plan, and allow the universe to work out all the other details. What do we have at the throat, please? Eight of Swords, Gemini energy at the throat. And I'm speaking about these cards before they even come out. Okay, this is you overthinking everything. It's like you're trapped inside this idea of what may and may not be, which for a lot of you has been the reason why this transformation didn't happen sooner. But in saying that, things do happen in this very specific divine order. But now the divine is calling for this tower to come through. Now's the time for change. And there's really no more waiting, Taurus. 2024 is going to be a wild ride for every single person on this planet. It's a very important year, not only in your own individual lives, but obviously on a global level. Now is the time to make very deliberate, very well planned out moves here, Taurus. The energy that I'm picking up for you is representative of this new version of you. This is how you're going to be moving heading into the future. You're going to start setting your intentions. You're going to be nurturing this very close relationship with God. And I just got a very loud ringing in my ear, right in my left ear. So this is you releasing things that don't serve your highest good. The more you sacrifice and release, the closer you get to God, to Source. You're going to start ending old behavioral patterns that don't serve your highest good once and for all. You're also no longer going to be putting yourself in a position to where you can be controlled. What do we have at the third eye, please? Wow. You're no longer going to be putting yourself in a position to where you can be controlled. And what do we get? The Five of Swords, Aquarius energy at the third eye. Further confirming everything I'm saying to be true. Another download that I got before the reading, Taurus, was something surrounding snakes in the grass. Some of you might quite literally need to cut your grass in your yards. It has an energetic influence on these opposing energies. Your environment influences people's treatment towards you on a spiritual level. So with that in mind, Taurus, I feel like it's time to clean up your environments. Get that dust out from underneath that rug, if you know what I mean. It's time to start preparing. It's time to get organized. It's time to get up and wipe the dust off the blinds. It's time to also start changing your mindset around what you consider joy and happiness in your life, Taurus. Start reprogramming your mind to simply be more happy. I feel that some of you need to laugh more. Some of you need to dance around more as well. I don't know where that just came from. All of these things that I just mentioned are going to have a holistic effect on your energy as a whole. All these little details. This Five of Swords at the third eye is connecting us directly to any unhealthy relationships you have in your life. I'm starting to think about the example that I gave about individuals from your past just sort of lingering around inside your energy, trying to keep placeholders. All this has got to go. A lot of you are wondering why things aren't changing or why new people aren't coming into your life. And a lot of it has to do with some of the things I just mentioned. Whenever I feel like there's energy stagnating around in my life, I just start changing things up. And then before I know it, things are moving again. And then I'll look back and start to think about what I did to get the energy moving again. And it's always because I released something. Always. Simply put, if you're feeling stuck, Taurus, release something. Drop some dead weight. Drop some baggage. There's typically not anything else that you need to do or add to the equation. It usually has to do with something that needs to go. Five of Swords at the third eye. people, places, things, behavioral patterns, mindsets. Take it as it fits. What do we have at the crown, please? Nine of Cups, Pisces energy at the crown. And there you are. Everything's in its place. You're feeling very confident. And you're clearly very happy. So you go through all of this to end up at the Nine of Cups. One of the best cards in the tarot. It's an energy of alignment, complete contentment. This is you ready to roll. Yes, God, I'm here. I'm ready. I've released all sorts of bozos from my life. I even swept up the dust that's been collecting underneath my living room rug for the past 15 years. Wiped off my blinds. I never thought I would do that. And I weeded my garden. And boy, I've never felt so much lighter in my life. Some of you have lists of things you've been wanting to do for a really long time. Things similar to what I'm mentioning here. And I'm telling you, Taurus, if you just start going through all that and you start knocking all that out before the year is up, or as soon as you possibly can, you'll hit this Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups is also an energy of you getting whatever you want, Taurus. I just heard very clearly, the divine is trying to lead you out of the matrix of your life. This energy here. There's so many different ways we can look at what one could consider to be the matrix. But for your energy right now, Taurus, it's everything that you consider to be an obstacle in your life. That is actually something that you've created with your mind. Again, that limiting belief, that behavioral pattern, that thing that somebody projected onto you years ago that made you feel like you were less than or you couldn't do something. This is the matrix of your mind, Taurus. And it's time to go ahead and release that now. And a lot of you are going to be releasing that sort of stuff when you're dusting those blinds or weeding that garden. Again, that holistic influence is really being emphasized here, Taurus. It's like everything matters. How do you release the hurt and pain from the past? Start by cleaning your house, and then watch how it has a holistic effect on your auric field. What do we have at the foundation, please? Oh, wow. Releasing that hurt from the past. And what do we get? Knight of Swords, Taurus. I read this Knight of Swords in its shadow. So this is representing some sort of criticism that you've been subject to in your life, Taurus. Now, it doesn't have to literally be that. This is just an example they're allowing me to use for you. But again, it's somebody saying something to you at some point in time. It buries itself on a deep subconscious layer and it affects you without you even really knowing it. It just rewires something, causes you to have a limiting belief surrounding who you are and what you can and cannot achieve in your life. We've all been subject to these sort of dynamics in our life. I certainly have. So I completely understand. But this can also be that dust that's been swept up under the rug that you need to address now. What's been holding you back? Why don't you think you can do something specific in your life? Why don't you think you can be happy? Why don't you think you can have a beautiful, loving connection with somebody that thinks you're wonderful and wants to protect you? Whatever it may be for you, Taurus. For some of you, it could be all of those things. It's time to start saying goodbye to those limiting beliefs that you have surrounding these particular things. It's taken up residency for far too long, and a lot of you don't even know it's there. It's been buried, digging around inside your wiring, inside your mind, affecting every move you make without you even really knowing it. And it's right underneath that moon. So the divine is telling me very clearly here, Taurus, that they're trying to illuminate these things to you. They want to help you heal this. They want to help you let go of this because they know it's a necessary component to get you through this transformation. It's time to start addressing this stuff. It's time to let go of all of this. You don't even need to be carrying it. Some of you have been subjected to so much negative projections by way of your family members, things that aren't even yours to carry, but yet you've been carrying all this energy and all these burdens around for decades without truly knowing how much of an influence it's been having on your entire life. That's generational karma. Some of you have come from families that have this belief that if they've gone through a struggle, then you have to go through that same struggle as well. If they're depressed, you need to be depressed too. If they have a broken heart, you need to have a broken heart too. If they're broke, well, you need to be broke too. Things like this. This is called the lack mentality or a poverty mindset. Shadow Taurus energy, actually. 5 of Pentacles energy without having it here on the table. And it doesn't have to be money. It can be emotional poverty. It could be having a lack mentality in the way you perceive yourself, the way you speak to yourself. Major upgrades taking place inside the Taurus collective. This time next year, Taurus, you're not even going to know yourself. All of this is going to be a thing of the past. What do we have? The sacral, please. Temperance, crow cell, wow. Sag energy right there at the sacral. Exactly what I just said. You've been subjected to this very disruptive energy, affecting your long-term vision for your life, hindering you in some capacity. But again, buried so deep, you can't even really define what it is. You just know there's something there. Something doesn't feel right. It hasn't felt right in God knows how long. It's like the energy of a black cloud following you around. You're getting ready to say goodbye to all this, Taurus. Some of you are going to have such a deep release from these energetic cords. And what I mean by this, Taurus, is you're actually going to feel something being pulled from your solar plexus and sacral chakras, right? It's like an energy of pressure, like there's a cord attached to you spiritually and the divine is pulling it off of you. This can show up as you crying uncontrollably, but not in a sad way. It's in a way where you're saying goodbye to the old you, Taurus. I've been through this before. It was so intense. I was gasping for air. It wasn't painful. It was just like something I haven't experienced before. And it felt spiritual in nature, that the divine had come into my life and was giving my auric field a chiropractic adjustment, so to speak. Don't really know how else I can possibly explain it, Taurus. But a lot of you, if not all of you, are going to experience this. This will be the crossover point for a lot of you. Death card, Tower. Temperance in its shadow. That represents everything I just said. It's like the curse being lifted off of you. Let's put it that way, Taurus. Okay? What do we have? The solar plexus, please. King of Cups. In its shadow, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. This is one of the nastiest positionings in the tarot. This is an energy of emotional abuse. For a lot of you, this is that demon that's been buried, right? Playing around inside your wiring for decades, coming to the surface. It's like you have this release and you see this lovely creature in your mind's eye. It's as if this is the spirit that's been keeping you under this cloud. This represents all these negative projections. This represents everything that's been holding you back. And it represents a complete destruction of it coming right underneath this tower. You may start to see people in your life, Taurus, like you've never seen them before. A lot of truths are going to be exposed to you with this moon at this foundation. You're going to start seeing what's truly been holding you back. Some of these things you never even knew was there. That's how deeply embedded they are. You may start looking at childhood dynamics in a way like you never have before, because you start to have a closer look in how some of those dynamics created self-limiting belief systems, holding you back from your highest potential. And very few of us have had perfect upbringings, Taurus. This isn't me suggesting that the Taurus collective goes to war on their family or their upbringing. This is me suggesting to you that you just finally release all this, okay? Make peace with it. Let it go. Now, each one of you is going to have a different story than the next, some more extreme than others. But whatever the case, the divine is assisting you in addressing all of this right now. What do we have at the heart, please? Epis, 2 of Wands, Aries energy at the heart. Further reiterating everything I'm saying here, this is an energy that didn't want you to see your highest potential. Somebody who has very small thinking, right? For a lot of you, this is a family dynamic. You having ideas of things you want to do and people say, no, I don't think so. You're not going to be able to pull that off, right? This kind of energy. always knowing that you could actually do it. But their own limiting beliefs have completely consumed them, causing them to now project this onto other individuals as a means to evade ever having to look at themselves as a result of you succeeding at whatever this may be in your life. For a lot of you, the success here is you breaking some sort of generational karma that others who have come before you have not been able to succeed at. You'll never get support from family members doing this sort of work. It's a path you have to take alone. There's too much illumination that comes with this. Everybody around you is brought underneath the divine's microscope. When an individual starts to break the chains, everybody is brought before the divine court. And then we have EIL, which is the Three of Cups, Cancer energy, fame and renown. And there you are, Taurus. Just a little baby of the universe, protected by your spirit guides. All eyes on you. See those circle of eyes around you? 7 archangels protecting you. There's also an energy of alignment here. 7 chakras coming into alignment, into balance, into harmony, which allows for the ascension to take place. I just heard there's going to be a clear running energy that streams through your chakra system. And that release that I was speaking about back here is going to work hand in hand with that. It's like that's the last feeling that you have before the energy pushes through. Aha. So another way to explain that release is a blockage, right? Energy being pushed through your chakra system, the divine pushing through all this old stuck energy. You're essentially feeling like you're gasping for air, right? The energy, the flow is being manipulated through your chakra system. What do we have at the throat, please? I honestly couldn't have asked for a better card. Wheel of Fortune, Metatron, and now here you are, stepping into the new life cycle. The recording angel, advancement and progress, teaches, guides, and records events in the book of life. This is you on the other side. You've made it through. You're past that first step that I was talking about. The illumination, the transformation, the destruction, the release of all which doesn't serve you. And then boom, Wheel of Fortune, you're on the other side. Transformed. A brand new enlightened version of the person you once were, Taurus. Evolved, ascended, and ready for action. Yes, God, I've gone through my boot camp. I am here, and I'm ready to serve. What do we have at the third eye, please? Justice, Kalel, Libra energy at the third eye. The invocable God makes truth known in court, causes innocence to prevail. Right, so it goes back to what I was saying about being brought before the divine courts. Balance being restored or brought really into your life, Taurus. This is the divine order. This has to happen. This is evolution. This is what you were sent here to do. This is all a part of your path, your mission. Breaking these cycles. You're the one to do it. You were the best one for the job. That's why the divine incarnated you into this life cycle, into these families, however this shows up for you, because you were the only one that could pull this off. What do we have at the crown to close up for Taurus, please? Unbelievable, Taurus. Look who decided to leave the party. The devil, Samael, the severity of God, seduction and downfall, communicates with the dead, teaches the occult and magic. And look, there he is shuffling off. Oh, crap. Taurus sees me now. I can't oppress Taurus's family for another 200 years. Taurus is the chainbreaker. Taurus is the chosen one. I must shuffle off back to hell and find another family to torment. You've now broken free, Taurus. You've not only reclaimed your power, but you've saved your family lineage. Whether these other individuals in your family see it that way or not, chances are they never will. That's okay, but moving forward, You've rewritten the script, and the future generations, depending on how that may look for you. For some of you, this could just have to do with your communities and influence that you have in some capacity here. But future generations will one day look back and recognize the bravery and the courage that you had to be able to actually pull this off. Taurus, this is the message I have available to you, depending on where you are on this timeline, should you choose to accept. I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you would like a personal reading, you can find all of my contact details in the description below this video. And thank you for your donations, Taurus. Take care.